Regular meeting of the Tangipahoa Parish Council for October the 26th, 2020.
I don't think you're there.
Yeah, it's broke.
Okay.
We're not gonna have coverage tonight.
Okay.
October the 26th, 2020 will come to order. We'll have invocation by Mr. Trent Forrest and Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. John Ingraffi. If y'all would please rise.
Just bow your head. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to come together tonight and meet to handle the affairs of the parish. Just look over us, guys, help us make the right decisions for our constituents. We ask you to put your hand over those that have served this country, both here and abroad, bring them home safely. Lord, we thank you for our first responders. Lord, be with the doctors and nurses as we deal with the coronavirus and this pandemic. And be with each person of America as we go through this upcoming election. Help us to make the right decisions, to lead our country in the right direction. Look over us, guys, lead us in our daily lives. Forgive us when we fail thee. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Would all veterans and active military please render the proper salute. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Forrest?
Present.
Mr. Graffian?
Present.
Mr. Joseph?
Present.
Mr. Burnett?
Yes, President.
Mr. Ritchell? Mr. Mayhew?
Here.
Mr. Wells?
Here.
Mr. Vial?
Here.
Ms. Hyde? Present. Ms. Coates? Here.
Okay, if you have any cell phones or any other devices, if you'll turn them off now and mute them. Adoption of minutes of regular meeting October the 13th, 2020. Motion by Mr. Joseph,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Hyde. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Public input, anyone wishing to address agenda items which were not on the public hearing? Okay, parish president's report.
Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. How are y'all doing today? All right, a few items on the agenda. The first item, basically a bus stop benches and covers. The one bid that came in was over budget, so it's for the city of Hammond, and they've asked us to reject the bid so they can rebid.
Is this being used with like federal money?
Yes, it's transportation money.
Okay. So you need it,
Well, it goes to us because it's transportation money, but it's for the city of Hammond, so we need, I don't know if y'all need to take any action, but we want to be able to reject the bid. So
well, let's go ahead and anybody, we need a motion to reject the bid. Motion by Mr. Vial,
Second.
second by Mr. Ingraffi. Roll call.
Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Graffian?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes.
All right, thank you. The second is to approve the approval of phase 22 overlay to go out for bid for that. You have a list in your packet. It was reviewed and derived with y'all's input, so y'all should be fully aware of it. And we need to go out for bid so we can be ready to start next year.
Motion to approve going out for bid for overlay.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion by Mr. Forrest, a second by Ms. Hyde. Is this just the overlay? This is not the 3 course?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Both.
This is both?
Yes.
And this is the list that's in here now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Roll call?
Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Graffian?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes.
Thank you. Item 3 is approval to dispose of some assets. Some of this is supposedly very, very old. It's various office furniture and fixtures, technology, copiers, notebooks, some older computers. Just that time of the year.
Motion by Mr. Wells,
Second here.
second by Mr. Vial. Roll call.
Mr. Gravitt?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes. Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
And just to clarify for the public, the list is in your packet, so every item is listed there for you. The fourth item on the agenda is your financial reports have been issued to you, emailed, and you have a hard copy. As always, if you have any questions for us, please call, check with us. We'll be glad to get you any more specific detail you want. And if you don't mind, I do have a couple of notes. Early voting continues through tomorrow from 8 to 7. Due to COVID, we moved the location. I think everybody's probably heard, but in Amite, it's at the Florida Parish Arena, and in Hammond, it's at the Clausen Building. Seems to have been working very well. Long lines in Hammond, not such long lines in Amite.
Today there was.
Today it was? Okay. So Amite's picking up. Everybody's finding out. All right. And then everybody, I've had y'all ask me about this ribbon. It starts today's the first day of the Red Ribbon Week. That's hard to say fast. For TADAC, it's basically to live drug-free and alcohol-free. It's an awareness program. They work together hand in hand with TRAC. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Okay, regular business, introduction of TP ordinance number 20-47, an ordinance to acquire ownership of right-of-way for the Hoover Road widening project.
Also move, but Rob had a question.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, this is,
David, let's get a second. Got a motion?
I'll second.
And we got a second by Ms. Hyde. Okay.
the right of ways are, this is for the roundabout?
This is for the roundabout right now.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
Because we've been waiting for this money for a long time. We finally got some capital outlay to come through, and with the dollars we've been saving, you guys have been budgeting each year that we have, we can do the roundabout. So we decided to phase it out so we can get it done. So the roundabout at Sisters and Hoover, and that's the property that's
Yes.
required to do it.
And just another question is, do we have anything in the works as far as any other dollars for any of the other?
Well, we're continuing to ask for capital outlay to do the section from the interstate to the traffic circle, or to Hoover and Sisters, and then from the next phase after that would be from ARC. We got enough money, we do it all together, from south of the roundabout to about, I think it's around 300, 500 feet below the park, below Ponchatoula Rad.
Okay.
And then the final phase is probably a little bit farther
So
out.
basically it's broken into 4 phases.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Roll call.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes. Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Gravitt?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Number 6, introduction of TP ordinance number 2048, an ordinance placing a 4-way stop sign at the intersection of Overmeyer Road and Cyprian Road in District 2 in Tangipahoa in accordance with Chapter 20 Streets, Roads, Sidewalks, and Drainage.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Ingraffia, second by Mr. Joseph. Roll call.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes. Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Gravitt?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes. Motion passes. Number 7, introduction of TP ordinance number 20-49, an ordinance to authorize the purchase of real property through LCDBG program for the Velma Sewer Plant. Motion by Mr. Joseph,
A second.
second by Ms. Coates. Roll call.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes. Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Gravitt?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Number 8, appointment, reappointment, Tangipahoa Parish Planning Commission. If y'all remember, I had a member that we had sent a letter to about giving in his resignation since he wasn't attending the meetings. I talked to Bridget. Is she here? Yes, she is. And I guess this is going to be a legal matter. We sent it signed receipt. He signed for it, but he's never acknowledged. So can we proceed with it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I need to know. So that phase of it is over. And I had told Ms. Hyde that I would give her that appointment because John and I share somebody on the planning commission. So, Ms. Hyde, if you want to introduce your person,
Yes.
I think I have it here.
Tracy Howes,
Okay.
and I move that we approve her.
Okay, we got a motion by Ms. Hyde,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Coates, to appoint Ms. Tracy Day Howes to the Tangipahoa Parish Planning Commission. Her address is 1020 Estabrook Road, Ponchatoula. And she has never served on a board before.
Not for the parish.
Yeah, and she's a resident of the parish for the past 45 years.
I have a question, Mr. Miller. A while ago, you and Mr. Forrest were looking at the list of appointees, and somehow his appointment is in my district. Ken Williams is Mr. Forrest, but it's showing District 6. So this is
It's probably just a typographical. Is that just an error?
I have to look into it, I'm not sure.
Do you have somebody on there?
Yeah, that's what I'm questioning.
Is that your person? That's probably just a typo, huh? Chris?
I'm sure, I need to go back and look at the minutes and see.
And I know it,
about that.
that's why, because I thought Ken Williams was mine, it was coming up. And it's supposed to be 2021, but that's
It's
Trenton,
Trenton.
they live in his district. And it showed 2 District 4s on the paperwork.
Well, this was one of mine.
Right.
And then, actually, I don't have another one. We have one between us two. So that's why I'll release that one
Should
out.
each district have an appointment?
No.
It's supposed to be appointed by the entire council.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of,
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
We recently had 9 members added not long ago. It used to be 7, so there was not representation for every district here. So that's why there are appointments in different districts and even by different individuals. And it wasn't looked at as to whether they resided in your district or not. Because we only had 7 appointees to the commission where there's 10 districts. So that may be part of one of the reasons that there's not equal representation.
Well, when I read up, it showed 2021 that I had an appointment coming up in 2021. Is that fact?
I just know that Mr. Kenny Williams' appointment will expire next year in October. And I think possibly it had that you had been the one that made the recommendation, but I don't know if that might have been because Trent was serving as a chairman that year.
Okay. Did we vote on it?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. Roll call.
Mr. Beal?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes. Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Graffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Is there action taken to remove the other guy?
Need to.
Well, yeah, they're appointed for a term and you remove them for cause. Somebody needs to make a motion to remove them for cause.
All right. We're gonna let that stand because we voted on it. Now we need to make a motion to remove Mr. Anthony Masaki from the planning commission for just cause.
It might be a good idea, since you're doing that, you certified the letter to add it to the agenda.
Yeah, we got that copy. Bridget, you got that letter, right?
Yeah.
Where he signed? That's a good idea, Wills. We'll make the motion and attach the letter to the motion that we gave him every opportunity to answer the letter. So I need a motion to, yeah, motion by Mr. Joseph,
Second.
second by Ms. Hyde. And this is to add to agenda to remove Mr. Masaki from the planning commission. Roll call.
Mr. Beal?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes. Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Graffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
And I would like to send him a letter and let him know for sure that he has been removed from
Yes, sir.
the planning commission. Okay? All right, number 9, appointment, reappointment to the
Ready
team.
vote to do
We need a
it.
motion to do it.
That was just to amend the agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's it.
Okay. Lewis,
Got it.
ready?
Second.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Joseph, second by Ms. Hyde, to remove Mr. Masaki from the planning commission. Roll call.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes. Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Number 9, appointment, reappointment of the Tangipahoa Parish Water District.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to, appoint Ray Williams,
Okay.
and that's my motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Wells, is he replacing somebody?
Yeah, he's replacing Devon Well,
Okay.
no relation.
Okay.
Close your motion.
Is it Ray or Roy? Which one?
Ray.
Okay, motion by Mr. Wells,
I second.
second by Mr. Joseph, to place Mr. Ray Williams on the Tangipahoa Parish Water District. Roll call.
Ms. Coates? Yes. Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Brennan?
Yeah.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Okay, I left out something, I'm very sorry. Mr. Ristel called me today. He woke up in the middle of the night. He said his eye was absolutely killing him. And he said all day today he's been fighting with it, very painful. He had an appointment to the hospital to get it checked today. He sent me a text a while ago and he's got a very bad scratch on his cornea. So, but he's doing okay. He just wanted to let everybody know why he wasn't here tonight. Okay, number 10, GN Happywood Enterprises LLC, DBA Stop and Shop, number 8, 43388 Happy Woods Road, Hammond, Louisiana, 70403.
That's my
A
district.
Class B and a Class AB.
That's my district, I'll make the motion.
Motion by Mr. Mayhew,
Second.
second by Mr. Vial. Roll call.
Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Brennan?
Yeah.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde? Yes. Ms. Coates? Yes.
Okay, motion passed. Legal matter.
No, nothing tonight.
Councilman's privilege.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll just say we have a fire board meeting right after this meeting, okay?
I just want to congratulate TJ Finley. He was a Punch Tool High graduate. He actually left school in December to go to LSU. He had been promised to LSU since I think his freshman or sophomore year. And he was able to start in the game Saturday night, and he scored 1 touchdown and threw 2 touchdown passes. And he did a phenomenal job. He's a redshirt freshman. He did a great job.
And also the boy from Kentwood run a touchdown back, so. Louisiana, Tampa, had a good night.
And Devontae Smith at Alabama. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about Alabama.
Mr. Will,
How are we watching?
Taboo.
Mr. Vial,
Yes.
yeah, anything?
No, I just wanted to say.
Let's
we have
go.
a fire board meeting.
Go ahead. Okay.
I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everybody for the condolences and cards and calls and plans knowing the death of my brother. So the Wells family appreciate it very much.
Mr. May, anything?
I'm good.
Mr. Joseph?
I'm good.
Mr.
Carl,
Ingram?
where did Ginger go? Did you see the job she did in between Joe's Hilltop and the river? They had a lot of trash. She put a group together. And she really did a great job. She was here a while ago. Wasn't she?
Yeah, she sure did. Okay, Mr. Forrest? Okay. We don't have any other. I'll accept the motion to adjourn. Oh, you want to discuss that?
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, actually, no, that's going to be parish council.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to bring it up to discuss?
Yes. What's Chief? You want
Yeah.
I think Chief has spoken to all of the council members, I believe, and he's looking at bringing a training facility to the north end, and I asked him to come tonight to expound on what he wants to do.
Bruce, let me, so we all know what's going on.
Okay.
After this is the discussion tonight, we'll put it on the agenda for the next meeting,
Okay.
because it'll have to be done by ordinance. to do it. We can have a vote, Mr. Joseph, tonight if you want to just have a vote to see what the support is. But we're gonna have to do this by ordinance because we gotta get the land surveyed, all that stuff, but at least it'll give the chief an idea whether to go forward with the project or not.
All right, so let's see what he has
Yeah.
to say, and we can base our votes on that.
I've had pleasure of talking to our parish president about what our objective is for Fire District 1, and as you all know, I made contact with you over the last week or so. We're wanting to purchase 2 acres of the property up at the Florida Parish Arena plot of property that the council owns. It was, as I understand it, as explained by Mr. Miller, our parish president, it was property paid for with road and bridge funds, and it has to be paid back to that account. And all I'm asking for is the opportunity for Tangipahoa Parish Fire District 1 to purchase that property. He said our cost would be what they paid for it. It is our intent to construct, it takes 2 acres, and a regional training facility is our ultimate goal. It not only benefits Tangipahoa Parish Fire District 1, but the neighboring fire departments around us. And the importance of this, to some of you probably are very familiar with property insurance, but when it comes to evaluation, your training facility and your training that you do plays a lion's share of the role to improve or maintain the ratings that you have for the people you serve. And we're nothing happen overnight, but we want to cautiously move forward with it. And Mr. Bruno, you were right. I would like a tentative commitment to it for us to be able to move forward with some of the resources that we need to pursue. I'll be glad to answer any questions any of you might have. I want you to realize the importance of what it means to the neighboring rural departments to be able to participate on a PIAL approved training facility.
Which I think is being funded through CARES, all right?
Sir?
This being funded through CARES?
We're
Federal government?
anticipating a significant, that to be a significant resource for us. We're pursuing capital outlay money through it also. So
Yeah,
it's a whole lot of things that are hinting on us having a commitment to have the property. And in order for me to move forward with it, that's what I need.
I understand.
Just a couple of things I want to clarify just to make sure before everybody gets all stirred up. One, Fire District 1 is a separate district than Rural Fire District 2. The chief's going to be using Fire District 1 money to do whatever is necessary up there. We're not giving the property. He's going to purchase it at appraised value of what we paid for the property. And he's going to secure grants, or if he has to, I'm sure he'll build it out of his own funds. That's up to him. Now, we do have a training facility on the south end at Natalbany that all the departments participate in. So it would give them the option of using whichever one there is. So I'm not against it because actually Rural Fire District 2 is not expending any money into this. And this is going to leave every department in the parish where they can choose, or they may want to participate in both of them. It's going to be totally up to them. So I have no problem with it. And I guess going forward, if the suggestion comes up from any of our fire departments to build a training site, that we kind of use the same criteria. You know, if you're going to try to build one, for whatever reason, try to get a grant or something because you're already struggling to try to keep your departments open. You don't really need to use your money that you need to hire manpower and equipment to build this. So, you know, I think Bruce is doing it the right way, and maybe it just depends. If you don't get it, you can't do it. It just all comes together at the end when you see what kind of money you're going to get, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I had spoken to Mr. Bruce about this, and my only concern or only request would be that in the verbiage that we put in some sort of long-term agreement between Fire District 1, who would own the facility, and Fire District 2, who would want to use the facility, that it wouldn't be charged to do their training. I understand there'd be costs, we talk about costs incurred during the training, the things that burn, the some of the waters, but there would be no fee to our fire district 2 stations to be able to send their trainings
To use it.
to use it. There would not be a charge. It'd be a regional, maybe if we wanted to charge St. Tammany to come in, or Changalina, or another parish, but if he would be in agreement to that, I'd like to see that verbiage of a long-term agreement be as part of that, part of the budget and part of the.
Bruce, you want to answer that?
I have no problem with that. It's, and when I'm talking about the cost, and when you have a burn building and you have materials you got to burn,
Correct.
each man has to pay for his own expenses there, but it's just for as general use of it with no expense incurred, they're welcome. We need to be unified, we need to work together. The left hand needs to know what the right hand's doing.
Mr. Moody?
Yes, sir.
We're probably gonna wanna do an ordinance. And, Mr. Miller, I mean, any other costs that are gonna be incurred, like surveying the property,
Well, they'll-
paperwork?
You just survey to divide it out, you know. I presume that's about it, Chris.
Maybe some recording costs and
Yeah.
closing costs, et cetera.
Well,
You would definitely need an ordinance anytime you sell property,
Right.
even if you.
In that ordinance, could you stipulate what Trent was talking about, that, we can put it all in the ordinance that says that, you know, the rural fire district 2, departments will get to use it free of cost, other than whatever the supplies are that they need to.
Yeah, that could also be the basis to support a cooperative endeavor agreement to justify the transfer of the property. So you're buying it for what the parish paid for it
That's correct.
recently?
Yeah, we bought it, what, a couple of years ago, right?
Still appraised for the same price?
Yeah. Okay.
And-
I just have one comment. I'm not against it, but I just want to philosophically, I want everybody to think about it. Okay, now we have a training facility on the north end of the parish. We have one on the south end of the parish. Everybody needs to think about the next department that shows up that wants a training facility. You need to ask yourself the question, how many do we need? That's all I'm going to say. Okay? I don't think we need a training facility in every department where I'm going here. If we got one on the north end, one on the south end, just think about that. Because our funds are limited when it comes to rural fire district 2.
I have a question. I understand this will help with the insurance, but if it's in the north end of the parish, is it just gonna help with the insurance ratings of the people who live around that training facility, or is it the parish?
It helps with whoever utilizes the facility.
Okay.
You have to use it.
You have to have the facility, but they have to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good for every department, Brady. As long as they use it to what it's for. Okay.
I have one thing that I wanted to say, and I commend you, Chief, and I think for me, the big thing is that, he's coming to, and he's offering to buy, and he's not using anything, rural fire district bonds like that. And anytime we have, the opportunity to lower fire rates, I think, it's something that I can really support.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I just have one question, as was alluded to about a cooperative endeavor agreement. If it's put in a situation where we can reap any benefits from doing that, working with the parish, I certainly would want to take advantage of that opportunity.
All right, well, Louis, I guess what we need is a motion that in principle, we support the idea, but then it'll be a introduction of an ordinance at the next meeting.
Okay, so
A motion by Mr. Joseph, who was that? Mr.
John.
Graff? Roll call. This would be just showing support for the idea.
Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Gravitt?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Coates?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Thank you very kindly, we'll make y'all proud.
Thank you.
Okay, Chief.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let me see here. Yeah, we didn't, okay. I need a motion to adjourn. Motion by Ms. Hyde, second by Mr. Ingrafton.
Ben.
All in favor? All opposed?
Ben.